Hey y'all, it's me, Stop Dropping Roll On. And hey to everybody. And I got some new subscribers and I want to tell y'all thank you for subscribing to my channel. I hope I say something that's beneficial or something like that. That's the whole idea. And that's all I know to say for right now. Except for I got some other stuff to say. That's what I'm saying. It's just welcome. So I just rolled out the virtual welcome mat. Anyway, y'all, I was sitting up the other day thinking about something, and basically, it was an experience. You know, I was talking to my mother, and we just been kind of having like these conversations that we do stuff like sometimes we'll just have these little deep little conversations about stuff. And this was one of them, and I had told her something, and I thought that I had shared this with her, but apparently I hadn't, and it just kind of like set her off a little bit, and I really wasn't trying to do that, but it happened. And we were talking about still about, you know, how you deal with stuff and responses and stuff like that. And I was just telling her, you know, about the stage that I'm in, because I talked to her because she has been my age. I haven't been her age. So I'm learning from her because that's, you know, I just am. I always have, you know. And my mom she had us when she was young. And so we never lose fight. We never lose sight of the fact that she is our parent, you know, and the only parent we have left at this point. And so we never, but she's like a friend, but there are boundaries. Let's say a friend with boundaries. But so we talk about, you know, things a little, I think a whole lot more openly than some people do. And I just think it's been a natural progression. We, like I said, we don't ever lose sight of who the parent is. The respect and everything is there. It's still some stuff that you kind of like don't talk about, but really and truly for me, it's very little. I think out of three of us, my sister is the most secretive one. She's always been like that. And so the other day we were talking, and she was asking me, well, you know, how have you dealt with people over the years? And I said, Mama, I said, it hasn't always been good. I said, because sometimes, you know, I said, I've had to deal with, at some point, frustrations, which sometimes I still have, jealousies, on my part, and maybe on other people's part too. I just, in my brain, never thought, okay, what am I that, you know, to be jealous of? I used to think like that. I don't think about that now. I just don't think about jealousy on a continuum at all, period. I mean, the word says that we all fearfully and wonderfully made. And it's up to the person to believe that about themselves or not. Now, if you don't, I'm not going to be able to tell you that and make you believe it. It is something that comes from the inside of you that you either believe or you don't believe. You have to give yourself over to walk in that. And some people do, and they do well, and then other people, not so much, you know. And so I don't think that there's anything that you can like hammer home to a person, because just hear me when I say it's not. And so we were talking, and I said, well, Mama, I said, here's the rub. I said, it's been some things that have happened that I didn't understand. I can laugh about them now, but I couldn't laugh about them when they occurred. And she was like, what do you mean by that? Like, she always want to know examples, because her mindset is in the behavioral sciences. She did not have, my mom didn't graduate from college until after we were all adults. I would say probably about 10 years ago. She went back to college and went to college. Not no back to college. She went to college and got a degree. And it was just really funny because we had a reverse type thing. We got to buy school supplies and attend graduation and do all that stuff. It was just really cute, but it was serious at the same time because this was something that was important to her. Okay, these girls need cat treats. They down at that was Pierre, y'all. He's going to go get some cat treats because never mind, one of them is down here. But they know what the word means. Okay? So, anyway, she was like, what do you mean by that? I'm like, Mama, don't be trying to do no open-ended questions on me, okay then? And so we started laughing, and I told her, I said, well, here's the rub. I said, I remember, and like I was telling y'all, I've always been active. I was in marching band in high school all the years that I was in high school. And the band director didn't cut me no slack. If everybody had to run around the football field, asthma attack and all, you better put your inhaler in your hand, which I had to do several times, and get to running, and you can have an asthma attack, but after you recover, you're going to get up and finish it. That's just the way he was. Poor understanding about what asthma was and all. And the Lord is a keeper because I didn't die after. But I'm just saying, if we had to go up and down them bleachers and stuff, we building endurance. And I'm like, you building some other stuff too, but compliance. What did I do? I'm a kid up against an adult and an educator at that. You do what you told to do. So we up and down the bleachers. It's summertime right before school starts, so we talking about August, and we running around in the heat and stuff. And so after the season got started, I remember this, the band teacher coming in, and, I think we had just got through having challenges or something, because we had a challenge for our seats in the off season, like where you say that you could have, be first or second or just negotiable, meaning you just in the crew, in the group. And so we always, practicing on our first time because, it'd be threats and stuff going on. I'm taking your seat this week and all that kind of stuff. We was all gangster and stuff about band seats. People out here doing real hardcore stuff in the streets. But my hardcore stuff was, I'm going to de-seat you. I'm taking first seat. See, my version of tough talk. So, anyway, this guy, he was always the jokester and saying stuff, but he done pulled the band director off to the side and told him he had an announcement he needed to make. And the deal is, we had a fundraiser going on at the time. Like people be having fundraisers, and usually when the kids have fundraisers, the fundraiser is to sell world's finest chocolate, something, socks or something like that, or I don't know, just name something, popcorn, all that kind of stuff. Not at my school. We selling, y'all ain't gonna believe this, sausage. I'm not playing, sausage. I could tell you the brand, Blue and Gold sausage. Okay? And the bad part about it is most of the folks in the community will be waiting on us to sell the sausage because they be like, ain't y'all gonna sell the sausage this year? And we like, well, we don't know. We just kids. Whatever they bring in there for us to sell, we doing it because we doing it to pay for our trips and all this stuff. And so, they trying to have a little old sausage mutiny and all this stuff. And we like, whoa, we kids. So the boy wants to make an announcement, and I'm thinking he getting ready to say he done, he sold a lot of sausage and all this stuff, and teachers, gonna kind of perk us up so we can, get on it and do what we needed to do. And so he told him he would allow him to make the announcement. And we sitting up here because he said something about it at the beginning of the class. And then, so when it got close, he kind of reminded him, like, that kind of stuff. And so he's sitting back here in the saxophone section. And I'm just like, look, here we go. I mean, I don't know. He probably getting ready to throw the gauntlet down and just say, I'm sold 9,000 units of sausage. What y'all got? That's what we all thought. This clown gets up and makes an announcement. And he says, I nominate, filled in my name for Sausage Queen. And when he said that, it was just like being in the arena, and then it's like, and the crowd, went wild. It wasn't wild with applause; they went wild laughing. Y'all see this over here opening slowly but surely? That's ink doing a break in. You'll probably see the gap widen in a minute. That's her specialty, is breaking in the closets that are closed. But anyway, we sitting up here, and I mean, we in band class, and I'm thinking, this did not just happen to me. The whole entire class is laughing. Band director standing up there like, what do I do with this? But a smirk on his face nevertheless, because him and this boy, that was one of his favorites. And I just want to believe that the band director wasn't in on cahoots with this, but who knows, But I'm just saying, y'all, all I wanted to do was break my instrument apart. Not break it like this, but just disassemble it and put it in the case and just kind of like vaporize. And I just sat there because the class wasn't quite over, but I wasn't going to get up and walk out. I mean, what do you do with that? And so I was telling my mother, and she was like, that happened? And I said, Mama, you can't make this stuff up. This is for real. And she said, and you ain't never say nothing about that. I said, if I would have said something to you about it, you would have came up to the school, and it wasn't going to really accomplish much. I'm looking at this activity over here. This is ridiculous. Wasn't going to accomplish a lot. It was just going to me, like, you would have came up there and said, she ain't wanting to show out or nothing like that, but she would have addressed it. And as she addressed a lot of things, regarding her. She was a mother, and she is a mother still. And I said, to me, it was just like, if I say something about it, that's going to magnify the situation, and then it's going to draw attention to it, and I'm just going to be right back where I started from, having to, I just couldn't, in my teen mind, understand how saying something about it was going to make it better, because I'm the one that had to go to school. And she was like, well, I can understand you thinking like that, but, and I said, and I know where you coming from too at this point, because I'm old enough to know, but then all I could think of was, I just want this moment to be over. I said, but I've had a lot of instances like that, not necessarily at the hands of, that, like, things that happen in high school, but not like that over and over again. But isolated incidents still add up, And so I was just telling her, I said, Mama, when you have enough of things like that, you learn that you either have to deal with them, you have to learn how to, decide how you're going to deal with them. And then what you also do is you come to have a sense of preparedness, because you don't ever know where it's coming from, and you don't ever know when it's coming. You don't know who, and you don't know when. And so you almost are in this prepared readiness type situation, and you just do that until you get older and you learn coping skills and mechanisms. And sometimes some of them are good, some of them are not so good. Sometimes just, eating your feelings away obviously is not a good one, but being able to put people in their place and let them know how far to go with you, that's a good one, because you just deal with it and keep on moving. And she said, well, that's true. And we went on, to have a good conversation about this and stuff. But I said all this to say, those instances, even though as negative as they were at that time, I think over the years they have served me to help me. Do I want to experience them at this point in my life? No, because I know I will respond differently, and there's no reason for it at this point, But I say it because if you're going through something or you're experiencing things, y'all, it's going to get better. I mean, especially if you're a young person looking at this. I don't know if I have any young subscribers, but if you are, it will get better. You will learn how to cope. You'll learn how to live. You'll learn how to do. But my best advice is to speak your feelings and don't internalize them, and definitely don't suppress them with food. That's all I got, y'all, for now. I'm going to hush my mouth. Toodles.